to start this story and say that I am in no way admitting guilt and or fault, and anything said in this video cannot be used against me in the court of law because I already did my time, okay? And double jeopardy. I don't know. That's a thing. Throw it out there. I just wanted to start by thanking everybody for all of the love that I got on my last video. You guys really enjoyed it. I got a lot of great feedback, constructive criticism to flip my camera horizontally so I don't have those big old black lines. Anywho, welcome to Storytime with Rikkii. My stories, your stories, all that good stuff. And today you are here because you want to hear about how I caught a case for my first time. Now, I don't look like your average criminal, but I am one. And I'm going to tell you all about it. Preface, is it preface or preface? Whatever. Preface, if something that you don't know about me, or maybe you do know, I am a huge Justin Timberlake fan. That is my man. That is my husband. That is bae. And I tell you that because it is relevant to the story. So, the story goes as follows. I was attending Justin Timberlake's comeback show at the Hollywood Palladium. Now, Justin Timberlake took a hiatus from music, a 7-year hiatus, and he made his return at the Hollywood Palladium. So, of course, your girl had to go because that's my man. That's my man. Hey, boo, what's up, honey? Anyway. So I go to wait in line because it is a general admission show. And there is this girl in line, and she is the only other person in line besides me. So, of course, we strike up a conversation, and I meet her. Justin Timberlake fan. I am going to leave her name out of it because I hate this bitch, and she doesn't deserve to be in my YouTube channel. No, I'm just kidding. Anywho, so there we go. I meet this girl, right? So I had some very strange encounters with this woman. Just her, lying about having tickets, backstage passes, things like that. And I always responded because I didn't want to miss out on the chance that she was actually telling them the truth. Like, I knew the bitch was lying, but I was like, maybe she's telling the truth this time, and I don't want to miss out on seeing my man. But she was always lying. Actually, nothing she said was ever true. Anyway, so Justin Timberlake has a show in Las Vegas, and she calls me crying. She knew I was there. She calls me crying, saying she took the bus and she didn't have anywhere to stay. It was cold outside, and she asked me if she could stay in my hotel room. Mind you, my whole entire family is with me, like my brother, my mom, my cousin. They all came up to Vegas with me for the weekend, not to see the show, but just to kick it, right? So they were like, no, she can't fucking stay in the room. Absolutely not. Like, this bitch is weird. You've told her so many things about her. No, she can't stay. So I tell her she can come anyway because I'm like, oh my God, if something happens to her, I'm going to feel like it's my fault. So I'm like, all right, bitch, you can come, but keep a low fucking profile. Like, be invisible, okay? You know what I mean? Like, you're in somebody else's space, be invisible. Keep your mouth shut and just fucking look in the corner. Anyway, so she comes and she does the fucking complete opposite of that, right? She's fucking being weird, just as weird can get. I'm like, bitch, calm down. Just like seriously weird. Like, Rikkii, we're gonna see Justin Timberlake today. And I'm like, I know, that's why we bought fucking tickets. Like, do you want to wear matching outfits to the concert? I'm like, no, I don't. Just made herself super comfortable. She fucking asked my cousin to sleep on the floor so she could sleep in the fucking bed. I'm like, bitch. Like, I must have looked over in the middle of the night and she was sleeping and she had all her fucking makeup still on and her mouth was open and she's like, ugh. And I just looked over at her and I was like, I hate just fucking off. Just random burst of tears for no reason. Like, oh, I'm so excited to see Justin. Like, she would always do that. She would try and like out Justin me. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I love him more because I randomly burst into tears and cry about seeing him. And I'm like, no, that doesn't make you a bigger fan. That just makes you a weirder bitch, okay? Like, you're not gonna out Justin me, ho. Anywho, so she was trying to out Justin me, crying and being all weird and shit. And I was like, all right, after the show, you get to go, right? So she was only supposed to stay one night. This bitch ends up staying the whole fucking weekend. And I'm like, mind you, when she comes from the bus stop, I'm like, hey, like, how'd you get here? She's like, oh, my car. I'm like, I thought you took the fucking bus. She's like, no, I brought my car. Now, it would have been wrong at that moment to be like, well, bitch, sleep in your car. The fuck? But I didn't. I let her stay. Oh, we go to the show. And of course, my phone is broken. Like, I don't know what happened. My camera broke, so I couldn't take any pictures or videos. So I asked the weirdo, can you take pictures and videos for me of tonight's show? She's like, cool. Yes. I'm like, cool. Awesome. It's the least you can do because I'm letting you stay in my room uninvited. So, great show. You should have seen it. Anyway, and show's over, time to go home. Everybody's like, get this bitch out of here, right? So we go home and I'm like, hey, you know, can you send me the pictures from the concert? This is where it all starts. Can you send me the pictures from the concert? So she sends me pictures. She, in fact, sends me pictures, but she doesn't send me any pictures of the concert. She sends me the strangest pictures that she took when I wasn't looking. You heard that right. Like pictures of our hands that she took while my hand was just placed on the bar, and she didn't put her hand next to me and snapped a photo. Like pictures of the back of my head, pictures of just like, I was like, can you send me some pictures of like my man? Like, can you send me some pictures of my boyfriend? Because like, I don't need all of these pictures. She's like, yes. She sends them to me and they're fucking watermarked. I'm like, girl, what the hell am I supposed to do with these watermarked ass pictures? And she's like, well, I took these photos and they mean a lot to me and I just want credit for them if you post them anywhere. I'm like, girl, I'm using them for myself. You're not a fucking professional photographer. Send me the goddamn pictures. And she's like, I'm just gonna leave my watermark on them. I'm like, you know what, bitch? It's cool. You're weird. I don't want the fucking pictures. I'm going to 10 more shows anyway. I'll get pictures there. It's the same show. You just fuck off, right? She gets upset. She starts going the fuck off on me. You're a fucking bitch. Your mom's a fat whore. I'm like, first wanna talk about a bitch's mama. I can talk about my mom. She not fat. She just had a few motherfucking kids, first of all. And she just fed your fat ass all weekend. So you better not talk about her. So mind you, she just starts saying the most disgusting stuff about my family, about my brother. And I'm trying to be the bigger person. I'm trying to call AT&T like, listen, how do I block this bitch? You know what I mean? But she just kept going. Text after text after text, calling me, playing on my phone, all kind of shit. I'm like, look, bitch, I know you think that I'm like this little nice little Justin Timberlake fan, but there is another side to me, and I'm a ghetto bitch, and I'll whoop your ass, right? So she's like, she's sending her address, come over, you scary bitch, you're not gonna do shit. So I'm like, you know what? I'm about to whoop this hoe's ass. So I go to her house. I shouldn't have went, but I did. I go swoop my sister's fiance because I know she lives with her boyfriend. First of all, how the fuck this bitch got a boyfriend and I don't ask me. Anyway, so I go swoop him because I'm like, I'm not about to roll up here by myself and then she have her boyfriend beat me up because then I'm gonna be real moated. So anyway, I go over there. I'm like, bitch, I'm gonna whoop your ass. Like, that's it. Like, you done put my last motherfucking butt. Right? So she buzzes me up. Like, I'm like, oh, okay, maybe this bitch really wants to fight. I would have been real motivated if she would have whooped my ass. Anyway, because the bitch is way bigger than me. Like, way bigger. So I get upstairs and she is just fucking scared as a mouse. You know what I mean? Like, she's hiding behind her boyfriend. And I'm thinking to myself, well, bitch, why did you buzz me up if you were fucking scared, right? Like, so she's scared. She's hiding. Like, she's shaking, like, at this point. And I'm like, all right, bitch, I'm not that fucking scary. I'm not even that fucking threatening, like, for you to be doing all that. So at this point, she just looked so pathetic and scared that I was like, you know what? I would be like a bully if I beat this girl up. You know what I mean? Like, you did all that shit talking and you out over here shaking in your fucking boots. Like, I was just like, you know what? Apologize to my mom because she was more than kind to you and you didn't have to talk about her like that. And we gonna dead this. If I see you in these Justin Timberlake streets, bitch, don't speak. You know what I mean? Like, because she's the type of bitch that would just try and come and be like, hey, Rikkii, how have you been? Like, bitch, fuck off. Right? So I'm like, just don't say shit to me. I'm not going to say shit to you. We're going to leave it here. But before I left, I don't know what came over me. I thumped her. I did. I'm not going to lie. I thumped the bitch because I was like, if I leave here and I don't thump you, then I'm a liar. So I was like, and don't talk to me again. Just like that. Like how your mama used to thump you. Like, don't fucking talk to me again. So I thumped her. So I thump her. I leave. I go about my merry fucking way. And I think everything is cool, right? You know, this is when I'm still in college. So I'm walking up to my classroom, my place of study, and I see a fucking sheriff, like a sheriff, gun, badge, everything. And my whole entire class is waiting for the teacher because her ass was late. And he walks up to me and he's like, are you Rikkii Wise? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, you've been served. In front of my entire class, mind you, gun on his hip, everything. I was so fucking embarrassed. I was like, oh, going through a divorce. My husband served me with papers. Like, but I knew what it was. But mind you, this is months later. This is months after I thumped her. So I'm not sure what it is. And I don't want to open it in front of my class because I'm so embarrassed. But I kind of had an idea of what it was. That I've been threatening her on social media. That I have been leaving her voicemails. I'm like, mind you, bitch, I blocked you. I can't even call you. You can't call me. Anyway, we go to court. It's the first time I've seen her in person since I thumped her, right? I was like staring at her in court, like trying to give her the eyes to like scare her, you know, like, come after you and your family if you do this, you know, but it didn't work. So the judge automatically calls her bullshit. She didn't even let her fucking talk. She's like, are you in serious harm? Are you afraid for your life? Mind you, the judge can see that this bitch is big and I'm little. She looks a little crazy and I look sane. So I feel like the judge already knew like something's wrong with this girl because she was like, yes, Your Honor, I approve. She was like, sit down, bitch. You ain't in no serious harm. There are people that are really out here scared for their lives because we were sitting in that courtroom and we did hear some really crazy stories. She was like, denied. Like, she didn't even let her talk. She was like, denied. So I'm like, suck it, bitch. Right? Thinking it's over. So mind you, that's the last I hear from her, right? Or so I fucking thought. 8 months go by. 8 fucking months go by. And I get a letter in the mail saying that I am being charged with a misdemeanor battery. And I'm like, who did I fucking hit? Like, you know, I'm not thinking her because it had been so long. And so I'm scared, right? Because I bitch want to do the crime but don't want to do the time. So I call my mom. I'm going to jail. I'm going to jail. So I'm like, Mommy, I need a lawyer. I don't want to go to jail. Mind you, a bitch is real scared, right? A bitch was real bold when she wanted to thump a hoe, but she was real scared. And I was like, I need a lawyer. So anyway, I get a lawyer and we start going over all of like her case, pretty much, like what she has against me. And this is when shit gets weird. She fucking made a Twitter account as me and was sending herself threatening messages saying that I was threatening her. She was threatening her fucking self. She started making Facebook pages threatening her as me. So I'm telling my lawyer, like, this isn't me, this is her. Like, she's crazy, right? We can use this. That she's fucking crazy, right? But my lawyer wasn't shit. He didn't have my back, right? Was trifling. He's like, well, you did thump her, so you're guilty. And I'm like, well, I thought that you're supposed to be honest with your lawyer and tell the truth no matter what, because had I known that you were gonna tell me to fucking plead guilty, I would have lied to your ass too and told you I didn't touch the bitch, right? So he's like, well, you did commit a misdemeanor battery no matter how hard you hit her. And I'm like, well, if I knew I was going to get in all this trouble, I would have hit her fucking harder, right? So he's like, take a plea deal. Like, I can, and if you don't take it to trial, pretty much, right? And I'm like, you just want to take my money the law is against me. You know what I mean? Like, Black Lives Matter. Just made it seem like a bitch was about to be locked up for 20 years for thumping this hoe. So he's like, take a plea, don't take it to trial. I'm thinking, oh, well, if we take it to trial, we can prove that she's sending herself these messages. I'm the fucking victim here. You know what I mean? Because she had actually been harassing me. Like, she had been sending her little Justin fans after me. Like, they was commenting on my shit. They was, you know, she was posting my picture, telling everybody I broke into her house. She was like, doing all kind of weird shit, asking people to beat me up, like, just, she was harassing me. She was actually calling me, hanging up, like, just playing games. But I was like, I'm not worried about this hoe. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but I should have been worried about this hoe because the bitch was crazy. She fucking, like, popped her tires and said I did it. Like, and the police report said that she had bruises and shit. So at this point, I'm like, this bitch beat herself up. Like, thin line between love and hate. This bitch took a fucking orange and beat herself up, and she said I did it. You know what I mean? So they're telling me, oh, she has video of you around her house, and like, no judge is gonna believe that you sent those messages and then showed up at her house and didn't touch her. So whatever. I'm like, okay, a bitch is caught. I should have never fucking sent them threatening messages. Duh, that's like fucking crime 101.
You text the crime.
You know, so I'm like, damn it, I know better than this. I watch a lot of Nancy Grace. Anyway, so I'm like, fine, I'll take a deal, right? So the deal was that I would have a misdemeanor battery on my record for a year, and then after a year, it would get expunged if I did hours, I don't even remember how many hours of community service, and take fucking anger management. And I'm like, all of this for thumping a bitch? Like, had I known, I would have really rocked that hoe's ass, you know what I mean? But, you know, you do the crime, you do the time. So I took the fucking deal. A bitch like me was out on the streets painting the fucking walls, and I had to go to fucking anger management, which was a complete waste of time, by the way. Like, if I was angry, this definitely wouldn't fucking help. So, yeah. So I did all of that. I no longer have a misdemeanor battery on my record. I did see the bitch again at Justin Timberlake's show, and she was just staring at me, and I was like, boo! You know what I mean? Like, boo, bitch! Run! Be scared. And next time I know that if I'm gonna smack a hoe, just to make sure there's no cameras around and not send a text message. I'm just kidding. So that's my story. Don't hit people. Don't even thump them, apparently. I am now known as like a hard ass in the Justin Timberlake community. You know, the story traveled and it like changed over time. So people come up to me and like, is it true that you shot the bitch's name? And I'll be like, yeah, it is. So don't fuck with me. I don't really shoot her. Like, comment, subscribe, thumbs up. Don't you give me a thumbs down, bitch. And yeah, all that good shit. Tell somebody about your girl. See you next week, hoes. Okay, bye.